So first of all, I want to start this video by apologizing. I want to apologize for being the biggest jerk in the world, I guess, or one of the biggest jerks in the world. When I first became sober, when I first stopped drinking, instead of kind of losing my ego, which a lot of people recall when they become sober, I actually gained a bigger ego, especially for the first 6 months. And yeah, being sober became my identity. I identified with being sober, and that's not an awfully good thing to do. I mean, it might be essential to start with, but yeah, it's not such a good thing to do long term. I became extremely judgmental of people who drank and drink. I became an superior person in my head. I was superior to people who who drank, as somebody who didn't drink, who stopped drinking, who had the willpower to stop, which is bullshit. I didn't. I was basically forced to stop by circumstance, by the universe, by God, whatever we want to call it. I thought I was better than everybody who drank, and I wasn't scared to tell people that you drink, I don't drink anymore. I openly feel better than you, superior to you. And yeah, it was an ego boost. It was an ego trip for me, sobriety, over the first 6 months. It was a massive high. I felt extremely high from finally kind of freeing myself from the bottle. And yeah, this high really added to my already quite big ego. I am naturally quite an egoistic person, a self-centered person. I've tried to work on this, but it is how it is at the end of the day. I guess I've been put on this planet with such a big ego for a reason. But yeah, that doesn't mean you can be an asshole, or you should be an asshole. And yeah, I want to apologize to anybody who felt like I was extremely righteous and judgmental and purer than pure because of my recent sobriety. And yeah, it's a trap which a lot of people fall into. And I think we have to go through this. We have to feel like this. It's inevitable. Whether or not we display this in public, I guess we have a bit more control over that. But yeah, it can be an ego trip. And my advice to anybody who doesn't want to become an absolute asshole for the first 4 to 6 months of their sobriety would be don't be anti-alcohol. Alcohol isn't the problem. The problem is you. The problem was me. I used alcohol in a certain way because of a fundamental problem which I had. And alcohol actually... I mean, yeah, it's the ethics behind it are questionable, but even then, the substance isn't the issue. The person and the behavior behind the substance is the issue. So I'm now of the belief that everybody has to hit a certain point whereby their behavior puts them into such a dark hole, such a dark place that they are basically forced to change. I think that we have to let our vice destroy us, at least temporarily. It has to destroy our ego. And that is why these vices are here. They are there. They serve a purpose to destroy our ego, at least for like a short period of time, a time long enough to understand, okay, this is my ego and this is me. And everybody has to come to this realization. I can't just tell you, look, just listen to me. This is how it is. You are not your ego. You are something else. Oh, really? Oh, wow, I didn't know that, but now I know that. I'm gonna be just like a monk now for the rest of my life. Everybody has to build their false identity let this identity come close to destroying them, a kind of, look, I'm powerless to this. And everybody has to get to that. Every addict has to get to that. And the level at which we call it enough, we say, look, anything is better than this. I give up. I throw in the towel. I need help. I need to, at least, not even help, but I need to be honest with myself about this. And the only difference between me and people who are in the active stage of alcoholism now is time. It's the only difference. Does time make me better than them? Does the chronological order of something happening make me superior to them? Of course not. So they are on their journey. They need to continue on that path. They need to walk the path until they get to a point where they decide, or they can no longer walk the path, and they emerge out the other side. And I think back to when I was a heavy drinker, people who were kind of righteous and telling me, Danny, you shouldn't drink so much. They used to make me drink even more. I used to drink out of spite. People who used to tell me, Danny, look, you've got a problem. No, what? I haven't got a problem. You're the problem, saying that I've got a problem. I'm gonna drink like 2 or 3 days now just to show you how I haven't got a problem, and then I'll cut it like that just to show you and just to spite you. And yeah, basically, yeah, being an asshole and being judgmental isn't going to help. Being an asshole and being judgmental is anti-sobriety. For me, a big part of sobriety is acknowledging the ego, acknowledging the egoistical behaviors. And for me, awareness and acceptance are the main fundamental blocks of a not so perfect sobriety. I'm far from perfect in sobriety. A lessening of the ego, or at least a lessening of the attachment to the ego. Being judgmental, being superior, being righteous is the opposite. That is going to lead you back to drinking. And I did start drinking again, I guess partially because of this behavior. So I felt isolated, I felt disconnected because I isolated and disconnected myself through this, through the ego, I guess, through the I'm superior, I'm righteous, I'm the best, these people are stupid, if only they listened to me. That was extremely isolating, and the isolation actually made me want to drink. And it does make me want to drink. Social isolation and an egoistical isolation whereby I become the center of my universe. It is just me alone in the world against everybody, a solo entity. That is an extremely painful way to live, and that kind of behavior leads to that way of living. And yeah, finally, I kind of got out of this righteous and superior mindset through also understanding I'm far from perfect, and that comes with the awareness which sobriety can give you. The awareness allows you to look deeper into yourself and to understand, actually, I'm far, far, far from perfect. I mean, what is perfect, first of all? Second of all, if I hold myself accountable to some certain moral standards, I basically fall short at all of these. And I don't want to get down the path of like superior in superiority. So I accept that I'm not perfect, and that kind of makes me perfect. It's kind of like an ego loop. So, oh, look at me, I'm so imperfect, but I accept that, I own that, and that makes me perfect. That is also something I struggle with. And I guess that is kind of where even this video now is going to. So the kind of ego seeps out still in the way of that. But yeah, I'm far from perfect. Everybody is far from perfect. What is perfect? Everyone's on their own journey. Everyone's got to ride it out. There's no other way. I pray to God that these people survive their rock bottom, that they survive, at least physically, their dark night of the soul, which inevitably will come. And I pray to God that this dark night of the soul, this rock bottom, will be enough to trigger an awakening into who we actually are and what matters. And I hope that helps. A bit of a deep topic today, so thanks for watching. Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe if you feel fit, if you feel that that is a good thing to do. And see you again soon. Bye for now.